Ted on the roof. Yeah. Ted on the roof. Hey, yo. Yeah. Ted on the roof. Ted on the roof.
Welcome to the Broccoli Pod. We're your hosts. I'm Maggie Dupre.
And I'm Capital J, and today we're here with our special guest,
Sensei, you heard?
Jay
Sensei,
Sensei.
all the way
Pleasure.
from the East Coast.
Also
right.
known as Jay Samurai.
Hey, I like that.
That is actually what I
Yeah.
thought your name was at first.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, is Jay Samurai coming over? And he's like, you mean Jay
There's
Sensei?
already
I
a
was
Jay
like,
Sensei on Spotify, bro. I'm saying
Yeah.
Jay Samurai is pretty sick. You know what I mean?
I was like,
Hey,
damn,
I might have to think that for the voice acting name,
bro, I
man.
might
Hey,
take
that would
Jay
be
Samurai.
Hey.
I might be Jay Samurai.
Yeah.
All right. You know what? So that we can have Samurai and Sensei together.
yeah, bro.
Hey, that would be a good,
Bro, yeah.
good mix up.
Yeah,
For
just
sure.
leave me
Shredder
out
Master
of it.
Splinter over here, bro.
Oh, don't get me started about Shredder, man.
bro.
Shredder's a man.
Now let's get you
Yeah.
started about Shredder. What's good with Shredder? What's up? He from New
Dude.
York.
Oh, yeah, he is from New
Them
York.
Turtles
bro.
is from New York, bro.
Yeah.
You guys
So,
got some
yeah.
like
New York
some-
Turtles.
Yeah, from that sewage out there and shit.
So,
you got
first
giant
of all,
rats.
yeah, we do got giant rats already.
Master Splinter.
Yeah. But I will say one thing, the Ninja Turtles, man, like that's what I grew up on. And Shredder was like my first favorite villain because of how cool he looked, you know, with the
He did
mask
look
and the
so
pointy,
tight,
you know
bro.
what
The
I'm saying?
Shredder.
Like, yeah,
Yeah,
like
bro.
And he had a cool
something
ass
like
name,
that.
bro.
Yeah, Shredder. You know what I mean? I just think that's cool.
Yeah,
But
just think
other
of,
than
like
that,
shredding papers and shit.
but yeah.
He just has some dude in an office. He's like,
Yo,
turtles are fucking him up. They're
Wasn't
just
it-
high on hallucinogens.
was it Jesse James, the dude that was in that? He has like he got the hockey stick and shit. He's like the human.
Yeah,
Talking about Casey?
Casey.
Casey.
Yeah,
he's
Casey.
got, like,
Casey
I think
Jones.
he's got
Casey
right?
Jones. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got the
He's got
hockey
the hockey
stick, the
stick.
hockey
Yeah.
mask.
I was like,
Yeah.
Jesse James. No, that's the fucking
Yeah, he's got that cool
outlaw.
mask.
Did you guys? Okay, so what did you start out on the cartoon or did you start out in the movies, bro?
I started off with the 80s movies.
Bro, those movies were
Yeah.
sick as fuck.
Yeah.
Those were like the coolest thing ever. Like the
Yeah.
first one and then the second and third one weren't as watched, but like they
Yeah.
were sick as
Yeah.
fuck, bro. Like when they give like the mutant serum to like the like the snapping turtle
Yup.
Oh,
and the
yeah.
wolf,
Yeah.
bro. And they're like,
Bro.
Yeah.
And when they're transforming, bro, that shit looks so
Yeah.
corny now, but it's so good.
I haven't gone back and looked at it, but in my mind, it looks like fucking tight.
It's sick,
For
yeah.
sure.
It looks
And
like
then the third one, what the fuck was that? They get sent back in time and they become actual samurai turtles, bro.
I
Did
don't
you ever
even
see
remember, bro.
It was it's very different.
Yeah.
Like I watched all three in the night before. Like I'm a hard body
dude.
fan with a whole 3 boxes of pizza.
They're just so different, you know? And
I
like
always
each one
loved
is
the way that
each
the
one is
pizza
so
looked.
yeah, dude. It's just super cheesy, bro.
Yeah,
That and the
so
Goofy
is their
movie.
pizza. So is
The
their
Goofy
pizza.
movie, bro.
That and the Goofy movie.
I wonder
used
I wonder
to,
what they did in that movie to make it look that cheesy. Because there's got to be like some proper
Animation.
special effect. No, not in
Nah,
the
they had a
Goofy
lot-
movie, bro.
Nah.
Obviously, the Leaning Tower of Cheesa wasn't real either. The Leaning Tower of Cheesa.
Goofy.
Bro, that was when Disney was good.
Yeah, I agree.
When Disney was for the people.
Disney has
Now
kind
it's
of
for the
been
children.
Now-
up and down in my opinion.
Yeah, now it's for the children.
Yeah.
It's for the people watching the children.
If
Yeah.
you know what I mean.
yeah.
That's just so sad.
It is.
How like it takes such a turn. Like and like what they did to DreamWorks, bro. DreamWorks was the
man.
studio. Like, dude, imagine pumping out hits like Treasure Planet,
Oh my
Atlantis,
goodness. My two
and
favorites.
The one about Moses or whatever.
This guy.
Those animations are just so like
Wait,
absolutely.
which one about
insane.
Moses?
Are
The
you talking
one
about
where
the Coat of Money Colors, I thought? Or is
no,
it just
no,
the
no, no.
Moses
It's
one?
I
'Cause
can't remember
think
what
both
it's
of them are made by
called.
it.
But like it starts out with them like going through the Egyptians going through and like trying to kill all the babies, and then she puts Moses in a basket and sends him upriver.
Oh, that one's
That's
the Prince of
DreamWorks.
Egypt.
Yeah, Prince of
Prince
Egypt.
of
That's
Egypt.
what it
That's
is.
not Moses.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But that's
it's a-
still considered
it's about the Moses story.
Technically Moses.
Yeah, because the Prince of Egypt takes his people out and splits the Red Sea and
Gotcha.
everything.
Yeah.
yeah,
Right.
Yeah, no, that movie was fire.
yeah, dude.
It
Fucking
was
great
indeed.
movies, bro.
I
And they bankrupt DreamWorks.
oh really?
I can't
No
remember.
way.
Let me actually look up this story because this is actually
Hell
like
yeah.
a crazy
This
story.
does feel important.
Really? It
DreamWorks
really does.
used to have a lot of Probably because I feel like DreamWorks had a lot of like religious based things, and they probably just put it out, bro.
Well, that and
think so.
and on top of that, all of their things had such strong meanings and
like messages, yeah. That's what
yeah.
I used to watch The Prince of Egypt all the time. That was actually one of my favorite movies.
I like the
growing up.
Joseph and his coat of many colors.
Yeah.
I think that one was from DreamWorks as well.
Yeah, that was.
And that one.
Joseph, King of Dreams.
Let's see.
Is that what it was?
That was what it was called. Yeah, I watched that one a lot of times too.
So what happened? Well, what happened is Sinbad, that movie, because they did that movie too, which is a great movie. That movie
agree.
almost bankrupted them.
What?
Sinbad?
Yeah, Sinbad.
The animated one?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah, because
With the two like oh no, that's El Dorado.
they lost
Road
100.
I was
to
thinking
El
about that
Dorado.
too. That's a good one.
It was a $60 million budget, and they only grossed 80.8 million. And
Wow.
On-
How is that even possible, bro? They just dropped like Elementals just came out, and I think
Well,
that was an $80 million
DreamWorks
budget,
has-
and they just made $4 million.
DreamWorks was taken over by Paramount Pictures.
Oh.
And then, yeah, they're not owned by Disney. Pixar's owned by Disney.
Did you hear about that though?
Huh.
Elementals or whatever is like one of the most like tragic things right now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I did hear about that.
The budget was like like tens or hundreds of millions of dollars.
Hundreds of millions.
Yeah, and they haven't
Hundreds
even
of
made like
millions.
anywhere near that yet.
Yeah, they're like what, like 40 million?
Yeah, like really low.
Dude, I didn't even see it.
Jeez.
Did I see? I might have seen like a preview for that. And now they're doing that other movie about the fucking. Have you seen the one that's about the mermaid and the kraken? How they go to a high school together, and like they're trying to like they end up fighting each other. It looks absolutely horrible. And I'm looking at them. I'm like, dude, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, wow.
You guys used to make such good movies.
Bangers.
And like the best movies ever. Hands down, Treasure Planet is the best Disney movie, DreamWorks movie.
I'll
ever.
have to agree with you that,
Bro.
100%. Second in line, in my opinion, is the Atlantis.
Atlantis is so fucking good, bro.
Which I plan to watch tonight.
and they were
the
made
way.
by the same people.
He just watched Treasure Planet like 2 weeks ago.
I watch it
last
at least
Yeah.
once or twice a year, bro.
Yeah, 2 weeks
I have
ago
to.
for me too. About
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. It's just so
Yeah.
good. The story, the soundtrack to it, bro. The fact that they write their own soundtrack to it, like Jim's theme.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. Oh, damn. Well, I was going to say that we were playing it, but we can't actually play that. Copyright issues.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
But
copyright.
Just
Sorry,
look it
guys.
up and play it in a separate browser.
Or just
For
imagine
Shelly.
that it's playing. Right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. Forget about a whole new world.
God,
This
that-
showed you a real whole new
Yeah,
world.
bro. This didn't strew anyone's perceptions of life or love or anything like that.
Surely.
Like real ass movies for real ass people, for real ass kids that fucking
Yup.
grew up to real ass fucking
That's right.
Real asses.
real
asses.
assholes.
No donkey. Oh yeah, let's not forget about the artwork too, man. The artwork was just
The animation
Actually, in that
style.
movie, the animation was really good.
Dude,
beautiful.
I feel like old animation was really cool.
they
had this
started
different
using
look.
CGI too much. CGI is cool for like certain fight scenes or certain elements in fight scenes, but when you use it for like the whole movie, it just looks corny as fuck, bro.
It really
Everything
does.
looks like really bubbly and bright now, which is fun, but it just like used to look so cool when it was.
Yeah, when they
Yeah.
had like real elements in it. Now they just like separate the movies completely from like what reality is, which is fine, but it also
Yeah.
like I feel like distorts people's perceptions of reality. Just like those old like Disney princess movies and shit like that, how it distorted people's visions of love.
I used
You
to,
know?
Oh yeah.
dude, I love like old animation movies.
Same.
I'm sitting over here thinking of like Toy Soldiers or whatever, or Small Soldiers.
Small Soldiers.
soldiers,
Dude.
Yeah, that movie was.
Yo.
fucking
Tell
dope,
me
dude.
why those didn't look like fucking animations. And also tell me why Star Wars used to like have all those different races and stuff and they didn't
Yeah.
look fake at all. Now you look at
No,
new
they
Star
look
Wars
really
shit and it's
realistic.
like that's the worst costume I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like step up your fucking game, Disney.
The
What the
cameras
fuck?
weren't good enough. I also feel that like nostalgia kind of distorts your memory a little bit,
for sure.
where you're like, yeah, maybe it was a little bit better, or like I remember it being better, and then you go back and look, and you're like, oh, it wasn't actually that great, and it maybe the quality was lower, so you had to use a little bit more of your imagination.
That's a good point.
That does seem like something that it could be, but I've also like gone back and looked at like Star Wars movies specifically, like watched them again.
Yeah, but you can't use your imagination now.
Well, no, like I mean, like going back and looking at those movies, they still look as good as they did. You know,
that's
like
what you're saying.
those big budget movies. Like
I don't know,
like
I haven't seen Star Wars, so
yeah.
What?
Yeah, he hasn't seen.
He
Star
hasn't
I
Wars.
haven't seen a lot of movies.
He also hasn't
dude.
seen Lord of the Rings.
What?
Yeah, I haven't seen so
Or
many movies, dude.
he just saw Harry Potter when our roommate used to live
Okay,
here.
Harry
Alex,
Potter's cool.
because
Yeah, I
we all
watched,
went
like,
on a
2 or 3 of
marathon.
them or something like that.
Yeah,
All right. That's good. That's good. But Star Wars.
and Harry Potter's like the lowest tier of all those movies for sure.
Yeah. I mean,
was
like, no
fine.
offense to Harry Potter and all, but Lord of the Rings is definitely up there, and Star Wars is a little bit.
Those are like
higher.
2 of the greatest of our generation for sure.
I agree, and it's not just our generation; it's like 3 others before.
Yeah,
us,
yeah,
too,
it,
which
yeah. It
is
was their generation, but like,
crazy.
and that's another thing. Like I know you can't relate, so
Yeah.
we'll stop talking about this soon. But Star Wars, the original trilogy is not as good as the second trilogy, the prequels. Everybody always harps like, "Oh my god, the prequels sucked," but 1, 2, and 3 are the best Star Wars movies that exist. Absolutely, bro.
I'd say part 3 is the best.
Dude, no,
of the
Clone Wars.
prequel.
Have you seen Clone Wars, bro?
Yeah, I did.
Have you seen Clone
Okay,
Wars?
are you talking about what's his name? What's that alien's name that talks with a high pitch?
General Grievous.
No, he talks with a deep voice. Well, actually, it's deep and high at the same time. I don't know how that's possible.
He's a
but it's possible.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah, that's
that's
one of the guys. That's one of
That's
the
General
guys.
Grievous. Yeah.
But it's the one. Is his name Misa?
No, Jar Jar
that's
Binks,
Jar
bro.
Jar.
Oh, I'm thinking about
I
someone
know.
else.
No, he does say talk
He
like
does
that.
talk like that,
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
That's Dobby.
Binks. Yeah, I don't know.
That's Dobby.
Dobby.
the
Oh,
fuck
Dobby. Don't watch Paradise PD. Don't watch it.
That show is.
It is terrible. It's worse
Off
than
the
Big Mouth.
rails,
Well, I
bro.
don't know. Big Mouth is pretty bad.
I hate both of those shows. Those shows suck in my opinion.
Man, compared to did you guys ever see the Human Resources cartoon?
I tried to watch
What
it.
was that called?
That's
Is it
that's
called
Human
Human
Resources?
yeah,
Yeah.
it's from the Hormone Monsters. It's
Yeah.
like their job.
That
on the
was
day-to-day.
terrible.
That's 10 times worse in
That
my
was-
opinion.
it
I just
wasn't
had
even
to
a
turn
good
it off
show.
after the second.
Yeah.
Episode.
I don't even like the actor, the guy who like voice acts all those guys. I
Yeah.
fucking
Oh, Nick
hate
Kroll.
his face. I hate his face. He looks
Shout
like
out
the
Nick
Hormone
Kroll.
Monsters. He looks like them. He looks like the kid.
Oh, he really
He
does
looks
look
like-
like. He
his-
looks exactly. like
I
the
think
kid.
the show is actually meant to be based off him and his friends' like life growing up,
Then that's
kind
pretty
of.
fucked up.
or
Yeah,
not like
that's-
not like in a way, but like some of the
Nah,
things were
yeah.
influenced by
Sure.
whatever. I don't know,
yeah.
but
just like
yeah.
the thoughts and stuff that you have as a kid.
but
I
bringing
remember
him back.
watching something
I
about
I
that.
get it, but like, why do people like that show so much? Big Mouth.
It
I
just.
I didn't think it was terrible, honestly. It's a little over the top, but if you're watching it by yourself, it's like this is fine or whatever.
You're not feeling embarrassed by people.
Yeah, I don't want to be
judging
like
you?
uncomfortable watching it with somebody.
I mean, imagine your mom walking in on you while you're watching that, though.
while you're
Well,
masturbating.
Yes, yeah,
He just added another element.
made it way worse, bro.
Oh Lord.
All right, well, on to the next one.
On to the
Have you
next
guys seen
one.
that commercial or that cartoon? It's like, shit. It's like the Deep State or whatever. It's also like another spin-off cartoon.
I
one
want to
of
see
those
that.
type
What's
deals.
Probably.
What's it about? It sounds interesting.
The girl, she like works for the government, and her dad's like a crazy person. They like work for the CIA, and they actually do all the deep state
Oh,
stuff. with
American
it.
That
That show's great.
It is a
love
great
that
show.
show.
American Dad. Are you
But-
talking about Inside Job? We're not talking about Inside Job, are you?
Inside Job might be. That's a new one too. That just
Yeah,
came
it's like
out.
I think
Where
that
her
is
dad's an
actually it.
alcoholic.
Yeah.
And they
That's
have
what
like
it
the
is.
Illuminati and the lizard people
Yeah,
and
yeah,
all that
yeah.
shit.
Inside Job. That one's good, bro.
Dude, just all the new ones. I just can't get behind them, dude.
I thought it was funny.
like
They are funny for sure. I did like that one. However, he does have a point about older cartoons versus new ones.
yeah, dude. They
Oh,
just
dude,
don't
if I'm gonna
have
turn
the
on the
thing.
TV though, my IQ drops to like way.
Just
low.
like the old sitcom.
I just turn it
stuff.
on just to like watch the dumbest shit that I can.
Yeah.
I can feel that.
Yeah,
it
I
just
just
depends
wanna-
on the time of day. for
I'm
I
me.
just
wanna feel
attached to the old
stupid.
sitcom style of cartoons.
The laugh track.
Yeah, you know, like
Yeah.
Family Guy, Simpsons,
Oh.
American Dad. Those are the greats.
Those are good staples.
You know what I mean?
Secret time.
Uh-oh, here we go.
What is that?
Guess who's never seen The Simpsons?
No fucking way.
I've
No
seen
wonder
the
you're so
Simpsons
behind
movie.
on all the conspiracies.
I've seen the Simpsons movie.
That's the first one I ever saw.
But my mom
Yeah.
didn't let me watch it when I was a kid, so I just never watched it.
I was never allowed to watch any of those as a kid. I would go over to my friend's
Factual.
house and he would watch Family Guy. His parents would allow him to do that. So
I liked Family Guy.
I would watch
Yeah,
that.
Family
but
Guy is great.
The Simpsons, I was never allowed to watch.
Yeah.
I watched the movie with my uncle.
I saw the movie.
Yeah, and then when I got older, I started to kind of watch it. I still haven't gotten super deep into The Simpsons, but
I
some of the episodes
have a
are
hard
just
time going
hilarious.
back and finding a new cartoon to watch because I'm just like, this is dumb as fuck.
Mhm.
But
Oh yeah.
if I watched it as a kid, like American Dad, I liked,
Yeah,
and so now I watch it and I'm like, yeah, this is dumb, but I remember it's funny. So.
but it's less dumb.
Facts.
Yeah.
It's not like it's well written.
That
and
one,
I
that
feel
one's
like,
actually my favorite.
and I
show.
feel like
That
that's
one
a
was so
problem.
American
Yeah, that was my favorite cartoon growing up.
It's great. It
a
really
good
is
choice.
great, and it's really different from the other sitcom style shows.
Mhm.
so funny.
But they're all kind of the same.
Yeah, they
But
have
they're all
similarities.
well-written.
I think that the
Yes,
difference
I agree.
in that one is that the dad isn't the idiot. You know, like in Family Guy, the dad's dumb.
Yeah.
In Simpsons, the dad's dumb.
Well, he's still kind of the idiot, but he's the hero.
yeah,
he's the
and
hero,
the mom
prideful
has
idiot.
like no like. She's not very smart. She doesn't know
No,
what's going
she's
on.
an airhead for
Yeah.
100%
Yeah.
airhead, 100%.
And then you've got like smart kids, and it's like not like fuck these kids.
Yeah,
Because
Yeah.
the other shows, it's like fuck these kids.
Fuck Megan.
Yeah,
Fuck man.
Chris is just like a fucking idiot. But like, you got Roger, you got
Oh, Roger's,
Roger's the
definitely
best,
a character
dude.
for
Fuck, it's so
sure.
good.
He's not just one.
No, he's multiple.
He's
He's
many.
hundreds or thousands at this point. Who knows?
That's the best part is that they make the episodes so different with the same 5 characters.
yeah,
I agree.
yeah. They do. They cover a lot of bases, and it's cool. Like it's patriotic as fuck, and
Mhm.
like, who doesn't love America?
It's a cartoon for Americans.
Fucking communists.
Fuck
That's
communism.
who.
I think I'm gonna start making my alarm clock in the morning the national anthem.
That'll wake you up though, for sure.
Good morning.
USA.
Well, that's not the
I
national.
got a
No, I
feeling
know.
that it's gonna be a wonderful day.
Wake up to the national anthem and just like salute the flag.
Hey, honestly, shit like that motivates you though.
Hell yeah.
Like, because you actually like, if you make yourself a part of something like that, you feel like a sense of like pride and accomplishment, and you're like, I want to do shit.
let me see what
You know
I
what
can
I
do
mean?
for my country
It's just
today.
like with like a lot of like religion, you know, like if you feel like you're a part of it, that's why if you go to church, like when you come out, you feel like invigorated. You know what I mean? You feel better.
No, that's the spirit of God.
Mhm.
That's the spirit of
the
being
Holy
around
Spirit.
people that are like you.
That's the Holy Spirit inside you.
I agree.
You're leaving with the Holy Spirit.
Well,
I
I get the
agree.
same exact feeling from any other type of group setting like that.
The Holy Spirit.
Hey, I agree. I have to agree with Jay here, not
Yeah.
just because he's also a Jay, but that's also where I grew up.
Yeah, dude. You
But
know.
I also
grew
see
up
what
that
you're
way
saying.
too.
When
I
two or
also-
more come
I-
together.
oh, yeah. I grew up in a super Christian
Yeah, he did.
family.
Actually, we
and-
met at church.
Yeah,
Really?
we did.
Yeah.
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 And I just kind of strayed away from it just because like I found my own truths.
I
You
can
know what I
understand
mean?
that.
And like I feel like that's a big part of it is
Yeah.
that everybody's got to find their own truth
Yeah.
because you can't just listen
You can't force
blindly to what
things on
somebody
people.
says. You have to use your own brain and discover what it means to you.
Yeah.
Definitely do your own research.
Yeah.
100%.
with
That's
that.
what I
You
tell
know,
people.
'cause-
Do your own research.
Because people like to put words to things that they can't describe.
Mm.
And that is a big problem I have with like the Bible and stuff like that is
Okay.
that like it seems like to me if I analyze it
Sure.
that most of those stories and stuff were people trying to describe things like psychedelic trips that they couldn't explain or like certain issues they couldn't explain like the burning bush
Mm.
that has been identified even by religious scholars
Mhm.
as the main bush that was used the main tree that was used to extract DMT back like what everybody would use as like a religious like
Yeah. I've heard they use it for
psychedelic
religions before.
plant. I can't remember what it's called. It starts with an A. It's not ayahuasca. It's
No.
But anyways,
I'll
that's
have to look into that,
yeah, that's
yeah.
the bush that they, described as like, oh, this is where you get DMT from.
That's interesting.
The burning bush. You
Burning
got to burn
bush.
it to fucking smoke it.
You can get DMT
Go on a trip.
from Mimosa hostilis roots too.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
From what?
Mimosa hostilis roots.
Mimosas?
Mimosa
Yeah.
hostilis
Yeah.
roots.
Yeah, those are those plants that you'll see them like in neighborhoods and stuff. They at night they like close up and like go to sleep, and then they like wake
They
up.
dream.
Yep.
They do.
They
that
got DMT in them.
in the roots.
Is that why they're dreaming?
Dude, I wonder if. So, you know about DMT.
Oh yeah, 100%.
What do you know about DMT?
I've taken it.
Yeah. What was your experience like?
Well, it does feel like death for sure. I mean, but other than that, it feels more like you're in between two You know, like
realities.
if you ever seen the thing Sorry, the game Sorry, where it says split between two pawns. It's
Oh.
kind of how it feels like. Like it feels like I'm human and then I'm spirit at the same time, and then I'm just sitting there watching everything happen before my eyes all in one instant. That's how it felt for
Isn't
me.
it weird how almost everyone has the same experience on DMT?
Yeah,
What
I think
an-
it is interesting.
What an insane like thing to happen for it to be a widely different, like have widely different people use it. People of all kinds, genders, races, fucking mindsets, beliefs, and they all seem to like see these gnomes and like these shapes and like be led on these
spiritual
crazy,
quests or anything you want to call it.
but they all see like the same things. I don't know. I just think that's
I mean,
interesting.
drug interactions are pretty
similar.
standard.
I mean,
You know,
I don't know, dude.
I mean, yeah. I mean, both sides are interesting. I'd say because because when you smoke weed, I mean, this is way lesser than DMT.
But like you learn the
you know.
same things. For you to learn the same things is very interesting to me.
well,
that's interesting.
to put some logic to that, there's only so many universal laws, and like earlier you said your truth, but there is really only a certain amount of real truth and thoughts that can be thought. And so eventually, if something is like, let's say the universe is teaching you something or showing universal laws, like let's say there's 25 or 15 or something, you go on so many trips, you might have to go through 300 to learn about the 15, but there's only 15 to learn.
Who are we here with today?
With Jay Sensei, y'all.
And what are we listening to?
We're listening to my new song coming out on all streaming platforms soon, Tear Down the Roof.
Hell yeah. And do you have an idea, a date when it's coming out?
Next month, but I cannot say the day yet.
Yeah.
Just next month, because it's my birthday month.
Hell yeah, bro. Release it on your birthday, bro.
Actually. All right, yeah, we just gave it away. It's
Yup.
my birthday.
Hell
It's my
yeah,
birthday.
31st. Let's go, baby. August 31st.
August 31st. You know what I'm
Hell
saying? We about to tear down the roof, you heard?
Yes,
Let's
sir.
listen to it, bro.
All right.
Sneak preview.
Yeah. I might have moved to the West Coast, but I'm still Jay. You heard? Hey, yo! We about to tear down the roof. Yeah. Tear down the roof. Yeah. Tear down the roof. Hey, yo! Yeah. Tear down the roof. Tear down the roof. Tear down the roof. Tear down the roof, we up in the booth in this living room. Eastside wave with a West Coast smoke. So strong, hope you don't choke. Yeah. You can call me the new age big pun. And I don't just rap for fun. Mixed trench kid with a sharp tongue. I don't need a gun. Sensei coming to your area, causing mass hysteria. What? I'm barking like the big dog. Y'all bitch like terrier. Hey. But I'm more like a pit bull. Cause I bark and I bite. Everybody tryna see that dog, I'm tryna see the light. Night vibes filled with a dangerous mind. Smoke the split to survive through the trenches in my mind. Yeah, this beat just got crucified. Now I'm gonna bring the beat to the beat decide, not put the rest aside. Hey, you come around like this pesticide, man, you toxic. I ain't really with that, dog. I'm from New York, not Boston. You can tell me what you want, dog, but you know that I be flossing. I'm just one that East Coast flow hits that West Coast smoke. You gon' feel this shit, hope you don't choke. Tear down the roof. Yeah. Tear down the roof. Hey, yo. Yeah. Tear down the roof. Tear down the roof. Tear down the roof. Tear down the roof, we up in the booth in this living room. Eastside wave with a West Coast smoke. So strong, hope you don't choke. Yeah. You can call me the new age big pun. And I don't just rap for fun. Mixed trench kid with a sharp tongue.
Part, but I wasn't gonna just call it In the Living Room since I said Tear Down the Roof so many
Yeah, no,
times.
Tear Down the Roof is a good name for that.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of targeted marketing? So like
A little
Facebook
bit,
does it,
a little
Instagram
bit,
does
yeah.
it. So that would be sick, bro. Like if you targeted like England and shit or whatever it's called, Britain, because they're huge in drill music over there,
The
bro. That could
UK.
blow
Oh,
up over
yeah?
there in the UK.
Yeah, you could
Because you could
New
target
York,
certain areas over
UK.
there. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
like
target
that.
New York, target the UK, and like wherever the biggest like places, maybe like
For
I
sure.
think Brazil, South Africa are probably some pretty good places for drill
Brazil?
too.
In
Oh,
South
I wouldn't even
Africa.
know, bro. Yeah.
Well,
they're-
actually, if you think about how they dance, you know.
Mm-hmm.
they tear down
Yeah.
the roof, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Tear
get
down
it.
the roof.
See,
Hell
y'all
yeah.
vibe to it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Alright.
Yeah.
Alright.
That was
That's
moving.
what's up.
All right.
Hey, August 31st, Tear Down the Roof
Sound
is
like
coming
Jay
out
White.
by Jay Sensei.
Check
You
'em out.
heard?
Go
Check me
that.
out, bro.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
streaming platforms. Yeah.
Jason.
Jay Sensei. We'll catch you.
Yeah.
And eventually,
Yeah.
I think that's what it does. Is it shows you that there's a universal truth to like a universal law, and no matter which way you go around it, that law will always come back to be obeyed.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. Because and then I also noticed too, like pretty much I've taken like that, shrooms, some few others. But I noticed
Crack cocaine.
Oh no. That's the one thing I'm happy to say. Nah, no crack cocaine. I've done a lot of
Psychedelics.
hallucinogenics. I believe psychedelics, hallucinogenics,
Mm-hmm.
and I noticed that a lot of them do give you humility, ego death, if you will. And I'm saying real big ego death. Like I'm a piece of shit. I don't care about anything that I usually care about.
Mhm.
I want to save the world type shit. And I was
Yeah.
like, okay, that's pretty cool.
But only for like 3.5 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
It definitely
exactly.
has a half-life.
Yeah,
That's why you
for
should
sure.
take it so much. And
Yeah.
and that also didn't allow me to do the things that I wanted to do. I thought it would, but it did
Yeah.
not end up doing that.
Yeah, I mean, like, if you do things more often, sometimes they do more harm than good. Although a lot
And
of
I
things have
realized that
medicinal
over time.
properties. Yeah, exactly.
Because like, man, I abused acid. I learned so much from it. And you know how
Sure.
like, most trips when you first start out, you don't really learn anything. Like you
Yeah.
learn it, but you forget it.
Exactly.
And dude, it got to the point where like I had too much information in my brain and I was like literally going into psychosis because of it. Like all the time, bro. And it was like
Information
it was bad, bro. Like
Felt like
anything
infinite knowledge for a
Yeah.
sec.
dude, and I knew I was so connected to the universe, bro.
Mm.
I was so connected to like the universal consciousness. Like I would know things that I'd be like, how the fuck do I know this? Like I've never learned this before.
Right.
And I would say things to people. They'd be like asking a question. I'd be like, oh, it's this. And then I'd look it up and be like, how the fuck did I know that? There's no way that I should have been able to figure that out.
Yeah, I mean, these things do open up your brain. It's an interesting thing how the brain. I always wanted to see a video. I don't know if you guys ever have, but like a video of someone on like a hallucinogenic or psychedelic and see how their brain moves
Oh,
around
brain
under
activity.
like
Yeah.
a,
So
like a
interesting.
what MRI or something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
You know,
We used to
I
look
think
at
that'd
that
be
shit all the
sick.
time on like LSD. Like
Yeah.
because we were like so curious because we're like, this has to do something. This has to open up brainwaves. And it does. Your neurons fire like I think it's like 30% faster. Don't quote me. But it's
Wow.
Quote
a
'em.
it's a certain percentage faster. And
Yeah.
it's significant enough to be like, oh damn, like
Right.
that makes sense.
right.
Because if you notice when you do take those psychedelics, your senses are so heightened.
Right.
Your sense, touch, taste, hear, smell,
Smelling too.
all of that. It
Mhm.
gets so heightened. And it makes me wonder almost if that's why you see the things that you do. Because maybe that's always there,
Sure.
but you're just tapped into it now.
It breaks down
It's-
the wall. The
It's just like
veil.
it's just like bees, they see in ultraviolet,
That's true.
which there's so many
Wow.
different spectrums that you could see in, and they see like colors and shapes and shit like that.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
That is interesting.
They don't know how to tap into shit like that.
Yeah, I always wondered how like if our eyesight is like what we're actually supposed to be seeing.
Well, we only see like we don't see the whole color spectrum, not even close to it.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We only have so many refractors in our eyes that
Mhm.
allow us to pick up certain colors,
Okay.
They're called cones and rods.
cones and rods.
Cones and rods. Man,
Mhm.
y'all making me feel real dumb right now.
Well, just pieces of useless information. But yeah.
Yeah, we can't piece the whole thing together.
I mean,
But we
hey,
each have a
yeah.
piece.
Yeah, that's true.
But he's right. Bees seeing like UV light, and then other animals,
Sure,
like
yeah.
cats and stuff can see
The
it
eyes of
at
other
night
animals,
and
yeah.
things. So
For sure.
your night vision could be a lot better. And I'm sure
That's
that
true.
there's like ocular conditions where people can see like hella good at night, and then there's night blindness where you can't see at all.
Yeah.
That that comes with
I know a
fucking
few
age,
people with
bro.
those big old goggles looking around, and I'm saying like
Yeah,
not just
bro.
dudes in their 80s, like dudes in their 40s or 50s
Yeah.
with the big old goggles.
Mhm.
Dude, I thought that night blindness was a joke because
It's not.
when I was growing up, my buddy
Yeah.
was like, "Oh, I'm gonna get my medical marijuana card." I was like, "For what?" And he's like, "Night blindness." And I was like, "What?" And he used to say that all the time, and I thought it was a joke. But I recently found out that it's like your eyes are just super or not sensitive to the change in light. So if you're in light and then you go to somewhere dark, they don't change.
Right.
So you can't
Yeah.
like drive.
No,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's like sunset. You're like, fuck, I can't see anything.
Yeah, dude, it's
Oh, I
super
snorted there.
fucking dangerous.
Oh wow. Yeah, no, I can't see very good at nighttime either.
I have troubles. My dad's had troubles. I think that's the stigmatism for me though.
I see
Sure.
the best at night, I think.
Yeah.
You must be the only
You
one.
do seem
that
like a
I know
cat.
that does that.
Meow.
I'm the dog.
Yeah, I only see in black and white, baby.
Got the dog in me.
I always like wondered like how far science has actually gotten to where
Yeah.
we obviously we don't know everything about science.
Oh no,
But
they
like
close it.
splicing DNA has become a huge thing. I want to be able to have like different like eyes and shit, or like regenerative abilities. Like if I could grow one limb back in my lifetime, that would be tight, bro.
Yeah, get the Neuralink.
Fuck.
You'll be fine, bro.
Yeah, what is your
Fuck.
guys' opinion on this Neuralink? Actually,
It's very questionable because
Sure.
either Elon Musk is the best guy and he really wants to help people, or as I've said before, he's a supervillain. And
Like
we've
a
never
Bond
seen a
villain.
supervillain before. Well, okay, that's not true. But like to this extent, if he gets everybody to get Neuralink, which it's very convenient that he's got Starlink all around the globe now. So
That
that
Starlink thing
that-
is actually fucking sick, though. By the way, we use it for work, and you can get service in the middle of a fucking like
yeah, because there's
river in-
there's like
Really?
Yeah,
a
it's
blanket
crazy.
of satellites all over the globe that he's setting up. So which is really cool. You can have service wherever, but also it pairs very well with mind control and Neuralink. Being able to be controlled from anywhere on the globe that you are, being able to be found no matter
Yeah.
where you are. Because if you have that Neuralink, you best believe that they're tracking your ass.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And what's to stop somebody? I know they have fail safes in place, but what's to stop somebody from hacking your Neuralink?
now that's the scariest thing to think about.
Or they
No,
could just
it's
upload.
not.
They could just
No.
upload whatever they want to your brain.
Dude, you have to go through surgery to put it in there, right? What if they put a little like kill switch in there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just
Like
a little,
Suicide Squad.
just a little, yeah, just like Suicide Squad, bro. And they just like flick a switch, and you're just like, pew,
Yeah,
you're done
Oh,
for.
you couldn't even
Man.
take it out.
Done for.
Couldn't even take it out.
Yeah.
There, it really goes with the notion of the elites trying to take over the rest
Yeah.
of the world.
100%.
It really would make sense.
Yeah.
So it's really hard to believe that he's doing this for good.
I do want him to be a good guy, but
Yeah.
also I
Same
don't trust
here.
anybody who goes on the red carpet and wears like Illuminati shit.
I
Or like
also
any,
Nah,
think
nah.
I also think that that's what they're trying to play on. Is like they know everybody wants him to be a good guy. Nobody wants him to be a bad guy,
Yeah.
but they know that that's playing on people's emotions, and that's what they do.
Yeah.
They play on your emotions so that you trust him just to trust him without looking out anything in his background. Like
Right.
people like us, like I do my own research. You know,
Sure.
like I go through and I like to check things out because I don't trust anything that pretty much anyone says.
That
Unless
makes
it's like
sense.
peer reviewed and peer reviewed and peer reviewed by all these different factors and the money behind it isn't some fucking big conglomerate corporation.
Yeah.
Like it's hard to trust anything. these
Exactly.
days.
And it's sad to be let down by the people that you thought were good. Let me
Yeah.
just put that out there. That has happened to me a lot lately.
That's why I don't trust anything anymore.
hear you on that one.
Yeah. What world are we living in right now? That's
But
what I want to
I,
know.
for
Yeah.
one, trust the government wholeheartedly, and I took the
Uh-huh.
vaccine, all the boosters, and I
Vaccination.
have my Neuralink already.
Yes,
Well,
and I'm pro government.
Law abiding,
right.
pro government.
Yes,
More government. We need more.
We
And
need.
pro taxes. Yeah, 100% tax.
100%.
Don't kill me.
I'm cringing.
Yeah, please don't.
I am like physically cringing right now.
Don't suicide
Yeah,
me.
like
Don't suicide me, please.
Oh man,
That was too
I got
far,
so
bro.
nauseous just hearing that.
I was about to be like yes, and I just couldn't form the words. No way.
But yeah, speaking of the whole Neuralink thing, I noticed that like brainwaves can change to not only sound but to satellites. And like the crazy people back in the day when we were like 12 years old, always like the crackhead looking people. Maybe they were, I don't know, but they might be smarter than we
Crackheads
think
are
because
smart.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. And they're really strong too, by the way. Yeah.
And crackheads, meth heads, people that use amphetamines,
Yeah.
they're years ahead of us.
Yeah.
They're just
Light
psychotic.
years.
Especially on the ketamine trip. But because of those waves or whatever, like they do control like how you think sometimes, how you can feel. It can mess with your emotions. Like I know this from doing treatment with certain sounds, like sound therapy to like work out muscles or
Yeah,
your
certain
thoughts and
frequencies
stuff.
can really fuck with
Yeah,
your
that's the word,
internal
frequency.
frequency.
Yes.
That's why all those people were tripping about the 5G thing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and especially because the thing about 4G, right, is that it absorbed into the ground. Most of it absorbed
Sure.
into the ground. Most of the radiation. The
Yeah.
5G bounces off of the ground. It doesn't
Right.
get as much doesn't get absorbed into the ground, and that's a bigger issue, because it's now just
Especially if they
bouncing between the
cloud seed.
atmosphere.
And they keep the
Yeah.
clouds in there, and then they bounce us in between,
Mhm.
just fry us.
Yeah, they could fry us, honestly, technically.
So
It's so hard to like fathom that this is the age that we're in.
I know
honestly.
it feels like we're 30 years ahead, and then they only show the public what they want us to see, right? So my opinion is some of those iPhones have been out for hella long, and only the rich people get access to stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like
do you mean?
certain, let's say like for example, like the first iPhone.
Mhm.
I feel like rich people had that way before like we ever saw it into.
I think Soulja Boy
Action.
had the first one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Soulja
something
Boy,
like that,
yeah,
right?
He had
But-
the first one.
Yeah, but
had
I'm
the
just
first
saying
Camaro.
in general. Yeah, that's right. In general, though, like with technology, I feel like they hide a lot of it from us, and I feel like we're even more advanced than we actually are even
Definitely,
Well,
absolutely.
we're definitely more
Yeah.
advanced. Yeah, Tom Cruise is living in space right now.
now. Huh?
What?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
No, he's not.
No.
He's-
What?
Yeah, he's like shooting a movie in space.
No.
How's
Google
what?
it. He's the first citizen,
Hold on.
the first like non-NASA guy.
So
Is
so you
Tom
guys aren't one of those guys that
Cruise
believe the
in
moon landing was
space?
fake or anything like that.
It's hard
Or
to
do
say,
you?
bro. It totally
What
could have.
moon landing?
It absolutely could have been
I
faked.
know,
Absolutely.
because like when you look at green screens now and shit, it's like
In
I don't know.
2020, Hollywood star Tom Cruise, along with director Doug Liman, had revealed plans to travel to the ISS to shoot a feature film in collaboration with Elon Musk's SpaceX and NASA. There's no sign yet of that movie.
Oh, really?
interesting.
Oh, I thought I just heard that he was.
Russian
he just
movie
went up
The
into space.
Challenge is the first to be filmed in space. An actor and a producer joined a real-life cosmonaut on the International Space Station. So
That's
maybe
pretty
they're
cool.
yeah. So Russia's doing it.
Maybe
Russia
Tom
won the
Cruise
space
will
race.
also.
That's
The
correct.
space movie race.
Well, they sent the dog up there, and we're like, we'll just send a human. Fuck it. We're not losing. We're not losing to these motherfuckers.
Nah.
Yeah, dude.
Oh man, there's a lot of theories about space though.
Yeah, the moon landing is
I don't.
is
believe
hard
in
to
the
say
landing.
because
Yeah.
how have we not had the technology until now? How did we lose the technology to go to the moon?
Okay, so
How did that happen?
There's two.
Mm.
I have two theories on this. Both of them are bad.
All right, let's hear them.
Terrible theory time.
All right. The first theory: we went to the moon one time.
Okay.
We were doing the space thing or whatever, like the space race. We made it to the moon. All the crazy people are right. And there was people living in the moon, and they came up and they were like, yo, you better not come back here or we're going to fuck your shit up. And then
Yeah.
we just had to pretend like we were doing it a bunch of times.
We're going back.
Yeah. So then we pretended we did it a few times.
Mm.
That's option number one.
No, on record, we've only been to the moon one time.
Option number two, we never went in the first place.
Mm.
That's
Those are my
there is like a lot of evidence pointing that we never went there.
yeah. Those are my
Yeah.
two.
And,
Because
and
otherwise,
even
why
people
wouldn't we
from
just go
NASA
back?
have like stated like we never went. Like Buzz Aldrin,
I saw that.
he has every time that he gets interviewed now, he's old as fuck. He doesn't give a fuck about anything, about dying or anything. He's like, we never went to the fucking moon.
Whoa.
And he could just be senile, but also he's a very strong person
Yeah.
to even be
You're
able to
an
go into
astronaut,
space.
you know?
Yeah.
Like,
You're
Yeah.
conditioned like crazy.
My grandpa was solid all the way to the end. His
Yeah.
brain was together. Everything he said was normal. Never like he didn't say shit that didn't make sense. You know, he didn't like,
Right.
make stuff up. I was like, okay, well, as
Yeah.
far as I know, anyway. But he seemed like,
Right.
all there
All
the
there.
whole time, and he died in his, late 80s.
And this, no one cares if it's been longer than like 3 to 5 years. No one gives a fuck about new information.
Dude, now
That's
nobody
true.
gives a shit if it's been 2 weeks.
No, our brain
I-
capacities are so much shorter now.
Through COVID, I was really, or like right before COVID, I was really starting to see that. Like the best thing was like the Ghislaine Maxwell Epstein thing that lasted for so long, and then after that, nothing has stuck longer than 2 weeks, literally, because I was paying attention to it, and I was like, okay, well, this has gone under the radar. No one gives a fuck about the kids anymore, right? Everybody was
Right.
doing like free kids or whatever the hashtag was,
Yeah.
and then lots of stuff has come up since then, like the Ghislaine Maxwell case. People were posting that for like 3 days, and then nobody ever posted about it ever again. It never gained traction anywhere. Same with any other like major headline. Like it just drops off after 3 days. Like people's attention span is so ridiculously short, and I think COVID really contributed to that.
I think they just
Yeah.
keep overloading us with information because like things do keep coming out, and then they're like, "Oh fuck, we got to cover this up." So now something
Right.
else is coming up that we need to talk about.
And
like
there's
a
so m-
submarine.
And
Like,
there's
we're
so
talking about the
much,
submarine for 2 weeks, and
Yeah.
then next week something's gonna happen, and it's gonna be like, "Oh shit."
and there's like, I don't know. I don't know, dude.
There's just a lot of
There- oh,
conspiracies.
There's so much misinformation out there too. That's like everyone's
Yes.
like, what is true, and that's what they want. They're like, I don't know what is
Yeah.
true. You
The
can't trust any news
sky is
outlets.
Well,
Yeah.
technically, most of the time you can't, because if you look at these news stations, all of them have the same intro, same words. It's freaky.
Yeah,
I
I
saw
did
the
actually
video.
see
You
that
seen that
video.
video?
Yeah,
That
yeah.
video
All
was
lined up.
freaky, man.
If it's not copyrighted, it's right here.
Well, it's on Instagram. It probably fine.
Yeah,
That's right. Oh man,
the world that we're living in. We're living in a fucking.
I feel like it's the end of the world.
We could be a utopia, bro. We could easily like all come together and everything would be fucking great. Everybody could be happy. Everybody could have fucking money. Just have a good time. But nobody. I don't
not
understand the
reality.
power struggle, bro. I don't understand
That's
it
right.
at all. I guess like my theory on it is when you've had money for your whole life, your family's had money for their whole lives, your
Right.
generational wealth. You just get bored. There's nothing to do. You and your family have done everything that there is to do. So what else are you going to do? You're going to fuck with the world. You're going to fucking get your ego big so that you can be the best in the world, because that's all there is to strive for at that point. Especially if you're not smart enough to like create like interstellar space travel and we can go explore that, or like explore the oceans or anything like that. Cause like
yeah.
people are just, I don't know, lazy. And
I'd
that's like
say
the
they're
easiest
very
thing
lazy.
to do is just fuck with people on a
Yeah.
mass scale. Like what if like, because the world leaders meet every year, right?
For sure.
Yeah,
Like-
I usually go.
Yeah. Like, what if like all they talk about there is like, okay, so these are the plans for the next year. We're gonna start a war here, and they like are rolling dice. They're like, yes, Russia gets attacked.
Yeah, it's kind of like a big game
Wow,
of Risk.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Because
yeah, that's a good
what
game.
else are you gonna do? You're gonna amass your forces so that you get like 10 d20s to roll for damage.
Wow.
I don't know, man.
Yeah. I'll just say people are shady. People pretend to love you and then try to take everything from you. It's a doggy world when all it has to be is literally the mindset of your mind and your heart. You change that, you learn to get along, you love each other, and kumbaya happens.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be a pound. It can be a dog park.
Yeah, bro.
That's right. Hey, I like
Just keep your
that.
dogs on your leash, bro. So tell them what you do, Jay.
Well, as you heard from just a second ago, Snacks. I am a rapper first and foremost, a singer second. Actually, I used to be a shower singer at first, but now I'm a real-time rapper and singer.
Yeah.
But I'm also an anime lover. Shout out
Yup.
to Hunter x Hunter.
Great show coming out.
And
with a new
voice
season
actor,
soon.
if you guys ever need commercials or if you want me to be in a cartoon or most importantly, an anime, I'm also working on one too.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
Right on, Jay.
And,
Where can they find you, bro?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man. You can find me on all streaming platforms at Jay Sensei, JaySensei. My new song Addiction's out, but I also have
That's
some new
fire.
stuff coming.
And you guys actually just heard it. Let us know what you think about that shit in the comments.
It's a deep
Like,
song.
share, subscribe. And as always,
in another episode of the Broccoli Pod. We're your hosts. I'm Capital J.
I'm Augie Dupre.
I'm Jay Sensei, and we're
out.
Peace.
Yeah. Sit on the roof. Yeah. Sit on the roof. Hey yo. Yeah. Sit on the roof. Sit on the roof. Sit on the roof. Sit on the roof, we up in the booth in this living room. Eastside wave with a West Coast smoke. So strong, hope you don't choke. Yeah. You can call me the new age big pun, and I don't just rap for fun.